Second to last field of first cut. Pretty late, pretty sad, although lots of second cut mixed in. Skirting some storms right now. Barely got anything today. We might get rained on within the next hour. I'm not sure. Tomorrow looks amazing. Saturday's question mark. It's time to roll dice. Look at that. It's like straight up high yield second cut with a little bit of dead first. What a weird year. More hay up top here than I've ever seen though. All right, that one's knocked down. And we got some second cut that's been regrowing for 8 weeks. I'm going for that too. Well, these are knocked down. I'm committed now. We'll see. 3 funds. Wow. There they go. All right, well, I'm not about to ted out the second cut. It's actually showering now. Things are wet. It's well after 7 o'clock. My main reasoning for tedding out the first cut, as I've talked about, my mower leaves stuff without a conditioner. It leaves it in pretty much the same orientation as when you cut it, especially with stuff as thick as that first cut. So I wanted to get those stems up and in the air and starting to wilt down. This stuff is more blades, not really stems, so to speak. So we'll see if this starts wilting down overnight. I doubt it with the rain, but at least it's mowed and I can get on it nice and early tomorrow. This color difference alone tells me that tedding this out last night, it was the right call. Look how much wetter it is underneath than on top. There was a little bit of dry down to be had, laughable as that is. And if that gains me half an hour tomorrow, then great. Okay, well, here's the start to the forecasted day they promised. There were some clouds being a little annoying, but now it has just cleared out to be beautiful blue sky up there. And it's supposed to be like this all day, supposedly, with wind gusts up to 20 plus miles an hour. You know, I've got quite a shade line in this field, but it is a little thinner in this end. Probably absolutely crazy for me to be trying this that batch of first cut just over there and this batch of second to squeak it in by tomorrow. Definite likely storms in the later afternoon, maybe 5 o'clock onwards tomorrow. Threats of that maybe coming in a little sooner. So I have no idea what's actually going to happen here, but I have to keep trying. And with this field of second cut right next to that one of first, it just felt silly to not try them both. My backup plan is to let it get rained on and then work on getting it dried back out again Sunday, Monday, before some more rain on Tuesday. If the forecast holds, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, it's once again a year of doing whatever we can and risking things, and I don't know. So let's just hope that the sun stays out, the wind stays good. I'm going to ted this an embarrassing number of times probably. As soon as the top is dry and the bottom, or as soon as the top is drier than the bottom, I'll flip it again, even if it's every 2 hours. In the meantime, got a few projects to do. Need to grease equipment, and the little 135 is still without a functional tire. It's still parked up at the barn on Cricket Hill, which is getting really annoying not to have that tractor up there to move wagons and park them in the barn and stuff. So now that I'm on to kind of on a second cut here and have less down, I think, I am pretty sure that the tires off this wagon and maybe the tires off the other wooden one would both fit. I've just been measuring on the 165, which I think is the same hub size and everything for the front tires. So I'm going to measure that and I think pop one of these off because I'm still waiting on the rim for the other tractor. And I would love to be able to pull one of these two wagons up there and just park it in the barn tomorrow, especially if I'm in a rush. So tinkering around with stuff and working a small double batch here. Normal hay wagon, but it'll move and it'll pull the other wagons in the barn. Boy, 2023, never efficient, never efficient. That's the tagline. Well, it's almost 2 o'clock and I don't know if the wind translates to video, but it is just constant wind right now. Feels like we're at the beach. We're not at the beach, but this is really nice. This stuff's coming a long ways. I've already tedded it 3 times today. Not proud of it, but it is what it is, and it's drying. So it'll be interesting to see between this and the much thicker overripe first cut with second mixed in the other field, which will be ready first, if either one. My plan is to ted one more time and then rake it late afternoon and then see what happens for tomorrow. Well, just working on equipment maintenance while the hay dries. I can't believe the lack of wear on the blades on this mower. I mean, I know it's designed to go through a lot more acreage than I do. But my other mower, you know, the 5-footer, I was used to flipping blades and changing them pretty frequently. I'm not sure I've actually changed any of these blades. And I've gone through, I mean, I guess technically not even all of first cut yet, even though some second. But I was expecting to need to flip them at least. But these cutting edges, I think the worst one I have is this. Either this one right here, or maybe this one. But those are not bad. And I'm probably headed on a second cut on some fields with some rocks, so I'm not about to change them. I've mentioned it before. The worst looking part of the blade is actually where it hits the backstop. If I hit an obstruction, this swings back. There's a stop in there that this will hit and actually ruins the backside of the blade. But that was a complaint at first because you can't really flip the blade and use it. But with how long they last, I'm not going to complain too much. Well, that's raked. Came a long way today. I don't know if it's quite enough to get it tomorrow with the rain they're threatening. But a heck of a long way compared to where it was this morning. Holy sinkhole. Whole rear tractor tire went into this thing. What in the hell am I looking at here? That goes down so far. Where did that go? What? Ooh. I don't know. Okay, this is truly insane. This goes so far in that direction. You really can't see in the video. It's like another 5 feet that way. What in the heck is this from? Ooh. Okay, so some more vantage points. I could flat out crawl down in there. I mean, wondering about animal dens, but it's so deep and so carved. So that's one side, goes way towards the field edge, and I'm standing over another bit of it. You can't see nearly as well, but it goes that way long distance. No concrete, no metal, no plastic. I was wondering about like an old septic or something, but no sign of that either. Well, I feel hopeful that people and creatures alike will see that. Definitely making sure I stay the heck away from it. But, you know, hate to think of something or somebody falling in there and getting trapped. But, I don't know, maybe I'll bring some twine up and make a fence around these stakes or something. But, weird. Okay, it's about 1 o'clock. Sun is playing hide and seek, but keeps popping out long enough to tamp the humidity down a little. Nice breeze. Little bit of storm activity out in New York. Looks like it's maybe a couple hours away. It's hard to tell if it's building or petering. So I'm going to try baling this and see how it comes out. All right, we got 88 good ones, 14 that are a little iffy from the wet spots. So I'm gonna go set some folks up to start unloading that one from the barn while I go mess around with the second cut. Sun is shining, which is nice, but a couple of small blobs out in the Berkshires now. So I wanna get this stuff under cover, and then we'll see if we can get that. All right, we got 64 off of this field, which puts us right around 50 an acre, I think. They're about 50-50 between ones that are right in the pocket of moisture and some that were spiking a little high. I baled the middle first and then the outside rounds. So I'm gonna go up and park that in the barn at Cricket Hill, and let it sit there for a couple days and then sort through them. Might have some feeders in there, might have some that are a little iffy, but better than letting this get rained on, I think, especially since I think at least half of them are good. All right, we've got the stuff safe and sound in the barn. 135 pulled it in thanks to the hay wagon tire on the front of it. And this stuff feels and smells amazing. So, you know, we'll see. The moisture meter was definitely reading some higher bales here and there. So I'm going to be really curious after letting this sit for 2 days, I think, and then sorting through it. You know, I'll probe some of the bales and see how they feel. But with the rain that they say is coming, I'm really glad to have this off the field. I think that'll change if we don't get much rain, and then I could have had another day and a half to get it drier, but call that a win, plus getting that field of first cut done. Well, that's all done, but no sign of any rain, and the sun is out again. It makes me wonder if I could have, I don't know, raked this field again and delayed baling a bit, but I've had times where I've pushed baling off as late as possible and humidity's built and it's gotten worse, so I don't know. I'm still hopeful by the feel of those bales in that wagon, but I'm just gonna have to sort through them. Well, 2 days later, and we've got 10 good or pretty much good bales of second cut. I don't know how many iffy ones here. They're gonna go as like half discounted as feeders that can go in the next month or two. And then a whole bunch that are 20+% moisture, which is not what the baler was showing when I was baling. So I'm frustrated. It is so humid right now. And I knew it was a risk to do that field, but I thought I was going to have better success than this. So, 2023.